Hey parents, I just want to give you a quick update on confirmation instruction, a couple points that we would have covered if we had a longer meeting, but this was kind of a busy past couple weeks. So I just want to give you a couple brief updates about how our confirmation program will proceed this year. You probably know that we're going to have our instruction on Sunday mornings. We'll meet from 9:55 until 10:45 in the upstairs junior youth room every Sunday except for the Sundays noted in our schedule that we don't have instruction. For example, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, any time that we have a summit during the year. We chose this time to have confirmation instruction because we know that you have a really busy week and it's really hard to accommodate for different schedules, and everybody's really tired after a long day of school. And we also have this time of worship already carved out in our weekly schedules. So we want to use this time where we're already focused on God and His Word to grow deeper in our faith. Um, we're going to have a number of different teachers this year. We're going to split up the teaching between myself, Pastor Randall, Natasha Colton, and Ruth Schaefer, who's also taught um, in the junior youth room in the past couple of years. So that will be our plan as far as teaching goes. We're going to have some work that we're going to do during the week, though, to prepare for the topic we discuss each Sunday. There's a couple things we'll do. Number one, your son or daughter will do some reading from the catechism. It's not a lot, it's maybe 3 to 5 pages. The catechism is set up as a series of questions and answers, so they will look at the questions and answers for the specific topic on the schedule. And then once they're done, they can do the questions assigned for the week. We usually have about 4 or 5 questions to help them think about the catechism reading they did. And then also, I'll be sharing a video each week that will basically look at the part of the catechism that we did in just a few minutes to give you the basic stuff that you need to know as you teach it. And then also, we'll have a Bible verse each week that we will work on memorizing. I think it's really important that we have Scripture in our hearts and in our minds so we can call it into our hearts and minds whenever we need it. So those Bible verses will repeat sometimes for a couple weeks. So we'll work on a Bible verse that goes with the theme that we're talking about. We also have our sermon or our worship discussion guides. And really, what those are is it's a series of questions, kind of open ended questions about the worship service. It's really important that alongside confirmation instruction, we're also worshiping on Sundays. It kind of defeats the purpose of confirmation if we just come to confirmation and we don't worship. It's an expectation that we have as pastors is that confirmation and worship go together as part of what it means to be a mature Christian young person. And as your son or daughter worships, they'll have a series of questions that they can use to reflect on the sermon and the worship. I'd say it's just good to do those sheets the day of when you're in worship, and then you can hand them in even that Sunday. It makes it a lot easier. So that's what we'll do from week to week. We will have our reading, our video, the questions that we do, and then also we'll have our Bible verse. And then Sundays we can reflect on the sermon and the worship service with the questions available. You'll get all of this. I'm sending it in the email so that you have a picture of what this all looks like, and then you'll also be able to pick up all the worksheets and everything the first day that we have class on September 10th. Oh, let's see what else. We have a couple additional items for first years. First year students will be trained as acolytes, meaning that they will help lighting the candles, bringing up prayer requests during the worship service. We do a training for that on the 17th of September, right after the 11 o'clock service. That'll be with Marilyn Sarvala. She will take our first year students through the basics of how to be an acolyte. And then your son or daughter will be added to the acolyte schedule during the year. So that'll be the second Sunday we meet for confirmation, September 17th, after the late service. So about 12:15 or 12:30 is a good time to show up for that. Also, our first year students who are or rather, our second year students will have the opportunity to read through the book of Acts. There's 28 chapters in the book of Acts, and then they'll have some reflection questions and some key terms to go over. Um, I would say a good time to work on this is over breaks when we have Christmas break or a spring break. It's also good to just break this up as a family and read through Acts as a family during the year, and then the assignment's really not all that hard. So that'll be for second year students. We have the first year students read Luke and do the same kinds of questions, but we do that over the summer. So first year students will do that over the summer as they transition to second year students. And our second year students will be handing in the Luke assignment as they begin this year. So let me know if you have any questions. Just give me a text, a call, email, and I really look forward to this year. I think it's going to be a great year. I think that if we really put a lot of effort into this, if we do the work at home, if we have these conversations as families, as we learn the catechism, that it's going to be really enriching for us as believers. So I look forward to a great year, and once again, let me know if you have any questions.